Welcome to Edu Global Careers.
I have great pleasure introducing our today's guest, Mr. George Hunt, Director of International Development from Teesside University, UK. And George, good morning.
Good morning to you, Mr. Sudhakar.
Can you give a brief outline about the university, the location of the university, and overview of the university as well?
Sure thing. So Teesside University is a modern UK university. We're based in Middlesbrough in the northeast of England. This is a part of the world famous for lots of things. It's an amazing football team, but predominantly industry. So as a university, Teesside has always been established as an industry-facing institution. In terms of the industry that we represent, this started with shipbuilding back in the 1930s and has gone all the way through to heavy engineering, chemicals, and now increasingly it's in the digital space. So we're a future-facing institution that looks towards technological developments and careers for the future for our graduates.
Okay. And which are the schools, and can you give us some overview about the schools you have and the popular courses offered?
Sure. So Teesside University is divided into 5 main schools, academic schools. So we have the School of Arts and Creative Industries. This is our arts provision and things like our TV and filmmaking provision. We have the School of Computing, Engineering and Digital Technologies. All of those areas that I mentioned just now, including computer animation, visual effects, as well as our engineering provision, our technological programs. This falls within this particular school. We have Teesside University International Business School, so management programs, but again with a focus on industrial relations and applied learning as much as possible. We have the School of Health and Life Sciences. This is all of the health provision within the university, everything from pharmacy through to physiotherapy, nursing, and those allied health professions. And then we have the School of Social Sciences, Humanities and Law, so programs such as law, criminology, sociology, psychology, all of those other areas that support the social sciences within the institution.
Okay. Would you like to say anything about awards and accolades awarded to Teesside University, for example, Teaching Excellence Framework?
Sure. So Teesside University is one of very few institutions in the UK to have Teaching Excellence Framework Triple Gold. So this means that our teaching is outstanding standard and the student experience remains at the very heart of everything that we do. In terms of our relationship with technology and embedding that into the curriculum, we were actually the first Adobe Creative Campus in Europe, and we're one of very few institutions to be an Apple distinguished school. So once again highlighting that technology is really at the heart of everything that we do and a huge part of the student experience. 2025-26 has been a huge year for Teesside University. So not only were we crowned Modern University of the Year in the Daily Mail University Guide for 2026, but we also received the highly prestigious Times Higher Education University of the Year Award. This is the second time that Teesside University has won this award. And again, it's all of those areas around our commitment to the student experience, our commitment to widening participation and having an outstanding international offer for our students that really helped us to power ourselves towards achieving that accolade. So great for our staff, great for our students, but in joining Teesside University, you'll really come into an institution that is at the top of its game.
Yeah, so what are the support services you provide for international students?
Okay, well, our international student population are treated the same as any student from anywhere in the world on the campus. So they benefit from an outstanding student support service. This looks at things like mental health support. It also gives students support with their academic learning, making sure that they use their time at the university to the best effect that they possibly can. We also have an international advice service. This is particularly useful for international students who are already studying at Teesside University and maybe want to stay at the university to move on to a postgraduate course or in some cases a doctoral qualification. Our international academic advisors, or international advisors rather, help students to progress through the visa process, help them with gathering the relevant documentation and support other partners out of the country to make sure that students have everything they need to come onto a new degree program. For different reasons, students need advice on what it is they need to remain in the UK or to transfer from one visa category to another, and our service really provides that for students. So we make sure that everything that the student would be concerned about while they're at the university is something that we can support them with.
I know Edu Global Careers, we have been working hard in recruiting students for the Teesside University for the last several years. And the support service has been fantastic, and particularly from the South Asia team, Padmanian team. I mean, it's incredible support we have been getting over the years. So thank you so much for that.
Not at all. I mean, what I would say is that from our perspective as a university, it's great to have reliable colleagues here in the country where students are based to make sure that everything that they need is catered for. Really, our agent network, particularly thinking about colleagues like Edu Global Careers, they're an extension of our university family. And I think from a student's point of view, somebody who is looking at traveling thousands of miles to come and fulfill their educational goals, it's particularly important that they work with a partner who not only has experience in the sector, not only has the connections that are needed to get the student to where they need to be, but also has an outstanding relationship not only with the South Asia team and the colleagues who are based here in country, but also senior staff back at the university. What we've been able to do over a period of time is really make sure that colleagues here at Edu Global are integrated with our teams in the UK. So if you're applying through Edu Global Careers as an agent, then you'll know that you have everything in safe hands, and they will be able to make sure that your application is treated in the best way possible and help you to fulfill your goals.
George, there has been a lot of interest from the South Asia about the Doctorate of Business Administration. But we started getting good number of applications from India, Bangladesh and Nepal. Can you give us some overview about the Doctorate of Business Administration?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Doctorate of Business Administration is, of course, a doctoral program, a level 8 program in terms of the UK framework. This is a program that will give people the prestigious title of doctor upon completion. Unlike traditional PhD, the DBA is supposed to be integrated in some way with somebody's professional experience or professional ambition. So it has a slightly different focus to a traditional PhD, which would be more research focused. There's always going to be that applied element with a DBA program. But that's something that's really appealing, not only for people who've been working in a career for a number of years and now want to achieve a doctoral qualification, but also people who have been focused in a particular MSc discipline and are wanting to take that to the next level, perhaps with a particular career or a longer-term entrepreneurial focus in mind. The DBA program consists really of 3 elements. So the first part of that is writing a really in-depth research proposal. So that includes everything from getting ethics approval through to writing around what methodology the researcher will use, how they will gather the relevant data that they want. And the proposal, although it seems straightforward, is a really crucial part. It's the starting point for any research that somebody will do and really forms a basis for everything that they will then go on and do in the subsequent years. The next part is called the pilot study. So this is where a student will take on a scaled down version of what they want their research project to be. So taking that proposal and then taking it one step further of saying, okay, if I want to research this area on a low level, how would I do it? How many participants will I have? And from the pilot study, this will then demonstrate what works, what doesn't, and what it is that the student might then like to take on in the next phase. So the last part of the DBA is the advanced independent study. So this is the research itself. This will be up to 50,000 words of research, brand new research, and that's what gives it that level 8 recognition as a doctoral program. Full time, we're going to be looking at around 3 years for a student to complete the DBA program, maybe slightly longer depending on when they join and in which cohort. At Teesside, we have cohorts running for the DBA program around 4 times a year between the main campus in Middlesbrough and Teesside University, London. It really is an excellent program. The teaching staff are fantastic. They also come from a range of interdisciplinary areas, both in academia and in industry. So it's a program I would strongly recommend for students who are looking to take their learning from MSc one step further up to doctoral level or level 8.
Okay. Do you have any plans of coming up with a medical school?
Yes, so Teesside University is currently working on a number of new developments, but one of the key ones, as you say there, is a medical school. So we are looking to have medical provision running at the university from 2027. As you can imagine, there's a lot of approvals and things that the university has to go through. But as I mentioned earlier, we have a very strong School of Health already, covering pretty much every area within the health sciences disciplines. The only one that's been missing is a medical program. So that's been an ambition for the university for some time. So we're in the process now of developing that program. We hope to be able to announce more about that very soon in terms of the timescales and application details from here on in. But studying at a university like Teesside in an area such as medicine, where we have such a great pedigree within the region that we're based in, would be a fantastic thing. So for any students looking at medical studies in the next few years, I would certainly recommend that they consider Teesside.
And can you explain about the tuition fees and affordability for the international students?
Yeah, of course. So Teesside University is an accessible institution. We try and set our tuition fees at a level which are appropriate for the quality of our teaching, but also which means that they stay in reach for the student population. So currently our undergrad fees are £17,000, postgraduate 1 year, £17,000, and the 2-year postgraduate program, so advanced practice or applied masters, they're currently £20,000. We do offer global excellence scholarships of £2,000 for international students. There are some of those available in every intake, and the intake that's coming up next will be our May intake on the Teesside University, Middlesbrough and London campuses. So those help students in meeting the demands of their fees. We ask a £4,000 deposit for international students who are looking to come to the university, and beyond that their fees are payable in 5 instalments throughout the academic year. If a student is studying with us for more than 1 year, then those fees are payable in 5 instalments in each of the years that they are with the university.
And can you cover on the housing available for international students?
Yes, so for those not familiar with Middlesbrough, rather than being a city, we are a large town in the northeast of England. The university is a campus university, so we're right in the middle of that town. Our postcode TS1 means we're right in the heart of Middlesbrough. Because of that, there's a lot of housing available very close to the campus, so students can live in private accommodation, just walking distance from where they'll be in lectures. In addition, we have some excellent accommodation right on the campus of our own. The best of those opened in 2020 is the Cornell Quarter, which is ensuite rooms and is really a 1-minute walk pretty much any part of the campus. So for a student who wants convenience at the very heart of everything, then that's where they would want to be. But even being in the local area, anywhere else in the town, you're going to be a short distance from the campus and not too far from bed to the lecture theatre.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much, George.